In December 1927, Los Angeles was shaken by a brutal story. A 12-year-old schoolgirl, Marion Parker, was kidnapped from her school in broad daylight. Her father, a respected banker, received a ransom note. But even after he paid, he didn't know it was too late. This wasn't just a kidnapping. It was one of the most brutal crimes in California history, and a story that still terrifies. December 15th, 1927. A typical school day at Mount Vernon Junior High School. A man approaches the front desk and introduces himself as a colleague of Marion's father, Perry Parker. He says that her father has been in an accident and urgently asks to pick up the girl. Despite doubts, they believe him. Marion leaves with the stranger. This was her last trip. By evening, the father receives a strange note. Uneven handwriting, a request not to contact the police, and a demand for $1,500. A series of letters follows, increasingly alarming. The kidnapper signs his name as Donald Evans. He demands the money be handed over in person and promises to return Marion alive. On December 17th, Perry Parker follows the instructions and leaves the money. A car is waiting for him at the designated location. Inside is Marion's body, wrapped in a blanket. He doesn't even immediately realize that she is dead, and that her hands have already been cut off. The police begin an investigation. They find clues in the handwriting of the letters, traces in the hotels. Witnesses remember a man with a girl, dressed like a doll, quiet and motionless. It turns out, the kidnapper was William Edward Hickman, a young man with a dark past and delusions of grandeur. He tried to escape, but he was arrested in Oregon. During interrogation, he says that God told him to kill. The trial begins in 1928 and does not last long. Hickman is sentenced to death. On October 31st, 1928, Hickman was hanged in San Quentin prison. The story of Marion Parker became a precedent. After her, schools tightened control over the release of children. But the girl's family never recovered from what happened. This story is a reminder that evil can have a human face, and that sometimes even ransom does not save.